Welcome back to my shop. Today we're going to make a small box, and I would like to call it a Cindy Draws That style box or type box. Since Cindy draws that, I will put a link in the description of the video below. She makes amazing things, absolutely amazing. Really, it's a different level of turning, and the things she produces are absolutely amazing. So I'm going to try to copy something absolutely amazing and maybe make it nice. Not an amazing, but who knows. So the wood we're going to use for this project is this spalted sycamore. I got two pieces of it. Initially I thought that I would make the box and the lid from this single piece of spalted sycamore, but the more I look at it, it's just too small to make both the vessel and the lid. So I'll probably just use this piece for the vessel, since it's a little bit longer than the other piece I have, which is much more spalted and nice, but this is going to have to be the vessel, and I'm going to use this for the lid. And I'm going to use pieces that I'm going to cut from this piece of mahogany. I'm going to cut a piece to use as a finial on top of the box, and I'm going to cut another piece to use as a leg.
You could be an angel, but if you treat me like shit, I don't care. 'Cause baby, it's the little things. 'Cause baby, it's the little things.
Okay, so here back at the lathe, we've got a waste block, which we're going to use as a glue block, attached to the lathe, chucked up. And in order to have a good surface to attach our piece to, we're going to cut a small concave space here, so I could put in a lot of glue and then my piece, which is here. There we go. So I'm going to put a recess here, a concave recess, and then I'm going to attach my piece to it with hot glue and use my tailstock as a vise to press it and let it dry for a couple of minutes. So I guess we better start with turning this piece.
I don't care if you're wearing wings, even angels bite the dust, even angels bite the dust. You might be a devil, but you treat me.
Okay, so now the surface is ready for the glue, and my piece will sit flush, as you can see better now. I think I will make, let's look at the spalting a little bit and decide which part should be the bottom and which part should be the top. I'll probably make this part the bottom, since here there's a little bit more figures. I don't know how it's going to be inside. So we'll take our glue gun, which I've already left to heat up, and we're gonna make sure that it extrudes well. Okay. Let's take a paper towel and clean this up. Okay. So before we do this, I'm going to take off my tool rest so I could come up with my tailstock properly. Okay, everything ready, because we're going to have to be quick about it. I'm going to put the glue, I'm going to place the piece as centered as I can, and then I'm gonna bring up my tailstock and give it some pressure so it will glue everything. Then I'm going to run a bead all around this part just to make sure that everything is held up correctly and firmly. So there we go, and the piece centered as I can, and pressure. Okay, that should be it. It's quite centered. We'll try to save as much as we can from the wood, and while it's pressured like this, I can go and run a bead all around the piece. And from below. Okay, I think that should be enough. Okay, so now that the glue is dry, we can start rounding this up. This piece is engrained, so it will be much like spindle turning, but this could be a piece of crotch, or it could be some burl, I don't know. So I'm not going to use my skew with this, only my gouges.
I just might stay in your side. Oh, I don't care if it's the county fair or a bike week. I couldn't give a shit, 'cause baby it's the
Okay, as you can see, very nice sculpting here. Now that it's all clean and round, we can see it much better. Very nice sculpting here, much more defined and complex than I thought. This is on I would say about 50% of the piece, and some nice hard grain here. And this is probably a piece of burl because the grain here goes every which way. So this would be a good start. I'm going to start to shape the wings, then the belly, and go down close to the base of the piece and round it out. Well, we're just gonna have to go for it. No use waiting.
little things, 'cause baby it's the little things. Oh, I don't care if you're wearing wings. Even angels bite the dust. Even angels bite the dust. Oh, show me that you have some kind of heart, that my feelings matter. You don't beat me up, 'cause baby it's the little things. 'Cause baby it's the little things. Oh, I don't care if you're wearing wings. Even angels bite the dust. Even angels bite the dust. You can break my things, you can break my bones. My spirit will stand on its own. Don't bring me down, and please be kind. I don't wanna have to press rewind, 'cause baby it's the little things. 'Cause baby it's the little things.
Okay, I think I like this shape. It's very nice. It's a little bit more compact than I originally saw, but it doesn't mean that it's not gonna work. The spalting is absolutely gorgeous here. It's so defined and the lines are so black. So what we're going to do now, we're going to sand this and finish it, and then we're going to go inside and hollow it out. Okay, I finished sanding and putting a finish on the outside of the vessel. You can see beautiful colors, beautiful spalting, beautiful play of light. You can see here, at this point, the reflection of light changing. It's very nice. Again, I've been using the Triple E abrasive wax and its complementary shallow wax friction polish, and this is actually beautiful. So let's change the angle of the camera and we'll start hollowing out.
As monuments we stood, ridiculous and good, death-defying friars and the goats, the wires and the crows, the faith in our own souls to get alive. And when we call on him, he said his best apologist. Hey, when all we ever needed was a lawyer. And when we called on him, he sent us his condolences. When all we needed was clean water. From the outline of the town.
That's very nice. It's very even. You can feel the walls are very even. So I can start sanding. It's quite thin. It's about 2 millimeters thin all the way around. 2 millimeters in inches, just to give you an idea, is about 1/32 seconds. Quite thin. So I'm going to sand it very lightly and delicately. Again, I'll start with a high grit. No need for 80 or 60, and I'm gonna do it very lightly. One thing I did forget to do, which I wanted to do, was to have some kind of lip for the lid to sit in, but I didn't do that. It's probably going to be a free floating lid that will go inside here. So let's sand it.
Satellites around
A conspiracy of clouds gathering backwards down the aisle with wild and wicked style. Pink creatures set on fire for the offering. Your blood like melted wax. The sun's done headed west, 'cause heaven's a lucky guess, not a compromise. The judges and the clerks, the saddles and the skirts.
Oh no. Would you look at that? Let me move you around to a better vantage point and let's see what happened here. So, there we go. If you can see, apparently I went a little bit overboard with the width, and can you see that? Yep, it simply couldn't take it. There we go. This is quite thin. It's 2 millimeters thick, as I stated before, and it simply couldn't take it. With the spalting and the punky parts, 2 millimeters was just too much for it. Well, that's too bad. Too bad, because it really came out nice with the finish. You can see the finish, and the spalting is absolutely beautiful. But I think a word of advice: don't go too thin with a spalted piece. Wow, that's so sad. But what can you do? Live and learn. That's just too bad. Well, that was a nice try, and we'll do something else on some other video, obviously.